There we go. Official Wanda? No, what? Are you kidding me? Did the trailer seriously just come out? Dude, what? Ah, it just came out. Oh my god. Call of Duty. Oh my god, hold on. Guys, I'm gonna say right now, spoilers for the Marvel Cinematic Universe, okay? Spoilers. It's my favorite thing that's a thing. It's seriously, this is insane. This is insane. My god. Should I be excited? Yes, you should. Stop. Okay, we're gonna watch this, and I'm probably gonna have a bunch of stuff to talk about, okay? But bear with me, Call of Duty will happen, but WandaVision, hold up.
Heavenly shades of night are falling. It's twilight time.
Wanda and Vision, aren't we a five-pair?
This is our home now. I want us to fit in.
Oh, this is gonna be a gas!
Where did you two move from? How long have you been married? And why don't you have children yet?
Our story.
I think what my wife means to say is that we moved from...
Moved from where? Married when? Damn it, why?
Oh, Arthur, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
Is this really happening?
Like days of old, lighting the spark of love that fills me.
Oh, we have stuff to talk about, guys.
Am I dead?
No. Why would you think that?
Because you are.
Each day I pray for evening just to be.
Yes!
We are an unusual couple, you know.
Oh, I don't think that was ever in question.
Show a date. Oh, come on. Coming soon. Damn it. Holy hell. We've got some stuff to talk about, and that was probably way too loud the whole time. So, massive spoilers for the entirety of the MCU. If you guys have not seen the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies at this point, it's not on me. They've been around for a long time. It's like the biggest movie franchise in history. It's on you guys. They were geniuses with this trailer. Absolute geniuses. Because this trailer definitely divides the community between who knows what's happening and who has no freaking idea what's happening. Absolutely. Wow. I'm super satisfied with that. So, in the comics, Wanda Maximoff is the daughter of Magneto. Clearly they're not doing that in the MCU currently because they just didn't have the rights to the X-Men to begin with, but they had the rights to Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch, but that's a whole, whatever. It's very, very clear that through the entire time of the MCU, Scarlet Witch's primary arc is that she is freaking out. Truly. Like, in her head, it's chaos, because she just has no idea what's going on. She's very, very caught up in everything. Like, in the first movie that she's in, well, she's in the post-credit scene of The Winter Soldier, but the first movie that she actually has an arc in, Age of Ultron, she's an antagonist in the movie, until suddenly Captain America's like, oh, but wait, like, she's really, really just a follower in the beginning of a lot of the MCU movies. She just follows whatever person is just some figure that she looks up to. First, it's Ultron, and she's there bonded with her brother because they just want revenge on Tony Stark, because Tony Stark's weapons killed their family, but it wasn't actually directly Tony Stark. Back in the days of, like, Iron Man 1, when his company was dealing under the table to a bunch of terrorist organizations and stuff, their apartment building got bombed out. You guys all know that. Civil War, by the time we reach Civil War, she's pretty much resolved. She's in training, she's under the leadership of the Avengers and a lot of these things, and she has a pretty good grasp on stuff until she throws Crossbones up into the sky and blows up a whole bunch of civilians. A little bit rough. And so she just keeps going on this like cycle in her mind of every single time there's these massive tragedies, they're totally my fault. Thing is, she's kind of right. But as soon as she's under good leadership and people are actually able to say, like, hey, you can use your powers in this specific way, that's great, but the people telling her that have no idea what she's capable of because we haven't even seen it yet. The peak that we've seen Wanda at is an Endgame when she stands face-to-face with Thanos and goes 1v1. The directors even said, like, hey, if Thanos wouldn't have started bombing from the ship, she would have totally killed him, because she can. She totally can. The House of M event in the comics is a massive, massive thing where it's basically just Wanda being like, yeah, I'm kind of more powerful than the entire universe. That's what this show's gonna be. It's not gonna be House of M, but it's going to touch into that side of her character. And what's this gonna tie into? Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. The only person that Wanda has is Vision, who's now dead. So, Vision, or not Vision, Wanda, this is just potential spoilers for the show because this is what I've heard the plot's gonna consist of, and it makes sense to me too. There's this person in the comics named Agatha something, like Hartwick, Agatha, it's Agatha something, and she's going to be played by the same actress that played Jen Barkley in Parks and Rec. Can't think of her name right now, but you guys saw her. What she's going to do is be like, hey, Wanda, you're kind of crazy right now, and I think that Wanda might be going to some type of like therapy or stuff. She's just trying to escape this crazy life because every single time that she gets in it, the people that are closest to her just die. Look at her brother. Look at Vision. The only two people that she's really loved in her entire life. They're dead. So she just wants this escape. What Agatha does is she definitely sees the power that Wanda has. And so she's just going to kind of lock her in this little pocket dimension. Where in that pocket dimension, it's essentially House of M. Where in House of M, what happened is she's like, all right, no more mutants. All the mutants were like done. And everyone basically just got to live off their own little like dream reality. Like Captain America never got frozen in ice. He got to live his full life in his time period around World War II. Or Doctor Strange doesn't even become a magician. He's just, or the sorcerer or whatever. He's just a surgeon. Everyone basically just gets their dream. That's what they're doing with the WandaVision show. That's kind of what is happening in this. And she's getting her own happy reality. Her Vision, who's dead, he's gone, is resurrected and put there by Agatha, whatever. Now, here's what I'm speculating. Here's what I'm guessing. Wanda and Vision do end up having children. I think their names are like Speed and Wiccan, I believe. But in the comics, canonically, those children never actually existed. They did, but they were just figments that were put there by Mephisto, a character that doesn't exist yet in the MCU, but they could totally do it now. Because if Doctor Strange in the universe or Multiverse of Madness, if the primary antagonist of that is going to be Nightmare could be buddy-buddy with Mephisto. That's how they could tie this in. Agatha could just be acting on the demands of Mephisto, because maybe Mephisto's like, hey, I want to take over reality, but there's Doctor Strange in the way. There's Scarlet Witch in the way. Those are the only two magical people that really exist in the MCU with any power, so we need to get rid of the two of them. First part of that's going to be WandaVision. So Mephisto reaches out to Agatha and is like, hey, can you kind of just put her in your pocket for a little bit? And that happens. And then Mephisto goes to Nightmare and he's like, hey, buddy, let's get rid of Doctor Strange now. But Doctor Strange is going to have WandaVision in that movie, or Scarlet Witch. It's going to be nuts. It's going to be nuts. I am so freaking excited. Supposedly what they're doing thematically through this is they're going to move through different genres of film, where in the beginning it's going to be this just 800 by 600, old black and white TV sitcom, all that type of stuff. Let's start going through this trailer again and see what happens. What's interesting is that they don't show anything in the trailer that predates her entering this tiny pocket dimension. So will the show start there and then narratively just like give little breadcrumbs as to how they got there, or will it begin post Endgame and then show how we get to that? I'm guessing the latter. They're probably not actually going to get to this area until like the end of the first episode.
Twilight time, out of
Wanda and Vision, aren't we a five-pair?
Can we see what that newspaper says? Little baby something. What does that say?
Yeah.
Word tickles mother. What? What are that? I don't know. I can't get that.
I want us to fit in.
Oh, this is gonna.
Oh my god. That's so
This is our home now.
cute.
I want us to fit in.
That is such like early TV. That's amazing.
Oh, this is gonna be a gas.
That's her right there. So
It's our
that's her.
home now. I
It's
want us
Agatha
to
something.
fit in.
I can't remember what it is.
This is gonna be a.
But that's her right there. She's going to be the primary antagonist of the entire thing. Maybe they're going to then, like in the last couple episodes, be like, hey, also Mephisto. That's totally gonna happen. Maybe.
Where did you two?
Oh no, every single word in an MCU anything is deliberately placed there. License plates in most of the cars that you'll see are references to specific comic book issues almost all the time. Hey guys, GBCX Prime from the future here. So actually, what I'm talking about right here applies to this specific video. Very, very early on, they show a car driving away with all beer cans on a string thing, and it has a license plate number 102. This is a reference to Avengers Volume 1, Issue 102, called What to Do Till the Sentinels Come, where the Grim Reaper talks to Vision because he thinks that he's his brother, saying, hey, I can, like put your mind into the deceased body of Wonder Man so that it can come back to life. Don't really know a whole bunch else about like the surrounding issues of the comic, but not only that, the bottle of wine that's shown right in the next little segment here says something in French that does translate to House of M. I was going to go into it during this live stream, I just didn't really think that it would be worth it to stop and then try to translate it, but cool House of M reference, right there. Forget that actress's name.
Don't you have children yet?
Our story.
See, so right here, this right here, this is what it just meant, right here.
Our story.
I think what my wife means to say.
Also, she has an American accent. That's something that was kind of a joke. Like, she's in what, 4 movies in the MCU? In each one, it seems like her accent is getting less and less severe, but then it's just kind of back in Endgame.
Don't you have children yet?
Our story.
Okay, this right
I
here.
think what my wife means to say is that we moved from.
Moved from where?
They don't know. I think that they're not only put in this pocket dimension, they're also brainwashed, but it looks like,
Story.
like,
I think what my.
I can't tell if it looks like she's trying to remember and realizes that she can't, or if she's trying to find a way to not actually think about the story, because this is all probably just her suppressing some like really, really, traumatic shit, which has been her entire life.
My wife means to say is that we moved from.
Moved from where? Married when? Damn it, why?
Oh, Arthur, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't get that part. Maybe what it's going to be is they put Wanda. It's basically just like a simulated pocket dimension. They lock her in this until it reaches a point where she starts to question her past, and then her brain just gets to be too much for Agatha or whatever to suppress. So it's kind of almost like spoilers for the TV show The Good Place, if anyone's seen The Good Place. Incredible show. Yeah, to me, I think that's her realizing this isn't home. Yeah, exactly. I think that's what this is. Spoilers for the TV show The Good Place. If you haven't watched it, watch it. It's amazing. It's incredible. And don't let what I'm about to say spoil the show for you. It's an incredible show. But in The Good Place, the big season 1 finale is that Eleanor's like, oh, this is the bad place. Oh shit, like we're stuck here. And then the next 2 episodes, the first 2 episodes of season 2, are just 802 reboots of them just being in there. It's this paradise. They're all torturing each other until Eleanor's like, this is the bad place. And there's just this sequence, where she says it a whole bunch of times. Maybe they're kind of doing that with this WandaVision thing, but instead of just rebooting them into the exact same setting every single time, they reboot them into just a couple years down the line as far as film genres. So it starts out in this really, really old TV, like 40s, 50s, and then they're in this, which looks like it's both from the 70s. Because this looks like they're both waking up into this.
This is really happening.
And then the color arrives. That right there.
This is really happening.
So we just saw the 2 babies, Wiccan and Speed. She's right out of the 80s now. Right out of the 80s. So it looks like every single time they do reboot, they're just going ahead a couple, like maybe a decade or 5 years or so. Man, designing the sets for this must have been hell. That's the original. That right there is the comic book costume of Scarlet Witch. That's so cool. And I saw that was like a leaked thing. Are you sure that's Wanda? Yeah, it is. That was a leaked image before. I don't know if it was leaked, like they delivered. No, it was intentionally put out. But what we did not see. We didn't see Vision in his comic book costume. What the hell? That's so amazing. Of course they were gonna do that too. I love that. That's so incredible. Vision looks so beautiful in the MCU, and he looks so dumb in the comics. What else do we have here, though? Absolutely no background, just the house. Clearly evident that this is just a pocket dimension. This confuses me. Right there, it looks as though he uses the Mind Stone to affect her. He doesn't have the Mind Stone, because he doesn't even exist anymore. What are they going for there? Like, that's just her effing with him. Definitely. Why? Is Vision recreated and actually sentient again? Or is he just a part of the illusion? Or is he a, conscious part of the illusion? there's a line in Infinity War where Bruce Banner says to Vision, like, your mind is made of a complex overlay of something blah blah blah, like Tony, Ultron, me, the Stone. Like he's basically just the child of 4 really, really incredible parents, and one of those is the Infinity Stone. And he literally says, maybe if we take out the Stone, there's a whole lot of Vision left, maybe some of the best parts. Potentially. But even if the Stone is simulated in this pocket reality, generating up a pocket reality, that takes a lot of magic. But to be able to replicate one of the 6 Infinity Stones, that's a lot. That's a lot. Also, something that I didn't even think of, I thought we were totally done with the Infinity Stones, the Infinity Saga. I guess this is the last little, like, gimmicky stretch of the Infinity Stones that we're gonna be getting. So this looks much more modern now. Maybe early 2000s. There's nothing to pin on there. Oh, wait. Did she just change all the furniture? Yeah, she just changed the furniture. Interesting. I have no idea where to put that. This, though, this is the interesting part. Do you guys know who that is? That's Monica Rambeau. That is Monica Rambeau right there. Hands down.
We are an unusual couple, you know.
Oh, I don't think that was ever in question.
So they showed Monica Rambeau, but they had no indication whether or not it was actually her. I feel like she changed the furniture, having more control of the pocket dimension. Yeah, but what are they gonna do when she steps out of this pocket dimension? Because she can just be like, all right, boop, change everything if she wants to. Didn't mean for the snap 2 on the nose. So, I don't know what we're gonna be seeing next. What are we gonna see next? I am honestly sad that WandaVision's coming out first. It's one of the shows that I was most anticipated for. I'd say that in the entirety of Phase 4, WandaVision's like the 4th most excited thing that I was looking forward to. There was, let's see here, Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness, #1. Top of the list, absolutely. Then Eternals, WandaVision, and Thor Love and Thunder are pretty much all the same level. My excitement for Thor Love and Thunder has really, really, really been growing. Yeah, I'm really, really satisfied with what that was. That was a really, really good trailer. I'm kind of glad too that they're not starting out with Black Widow and Winter Soldier back to back, because those 2 are really partnered. I do like the fact that the Phase 4 could now potentially be broken up thematically, because initially it was what? It was Black Widow and Falcon the Winter Soldier. Those 2 pretty much hit on the same level. They're both action-y, human, political thriller type stuff like that, you know? And then when you go into Eternals, and Shang-Chi is maybe halfway in between, but WandaVision and Doctor Strange 2, Eternals, those are all much more magical and stuff. I mean, Eternals is much more superpower based rather than just magic. I'm excited. I'm excited. It said coming soon, didn't give any indication as to actually how soon that is, but I'm guessing that's going to be out before the end of the year, which is pretty damn cool. I did not think we were going to start Phase 4 with WandaVision. And to everyone that says, like, guys, Phase 4 started with Spider-Man Far From Home. No, it didn't. Spider-Man Far From Home was the epilogue, the Infinity Saga. That's not what it was. What if she's just trying to rewrite time and messed up, not knowing how powerful she was? Why is it based in the 50s now? She's not trying to rewrite time at all. They've ruled out rewriting time. Rewriting time is not possible in the MCU. That's not how time travel works in the MCU. You can't rewrite time. You can just go to a different dimension or reality and just create that different branch reality. Because if you're in this reality and you try to rewrite time by going back to this point in time, you're not going to affect what's up here at all. You're just going to create a new branch. This still exists. If you go back in time, none of these people will die. They'll just keep living off in their own thing. Time just branches like that. You know, it's that whole scene where Bruce Banner was talking to Rhodey about it. That's basically what he was saying. And then when he went back to talk to the Ancient One, she was like, yeah, you're kind of right. So, yeah. So why is it based in the 50s now? It's based in the 50s now because it's just going to be some... Scarlet Witch's mind is so fragile. It's so fragile. So much more fragile than that of, like, Bruce Banner, because Bruce Banner actually studies and he tries to improve his brain, plus he's already a genius to begin with. She's just trying to go through a whole bunch of this type of stuff, but there's all this trauma that keeps just repressing a lot of her actual growth. You can see that at the end of Age of Ultron when she's freaking out with Hawkeye, then Hawkeye's like, step out that door and become an Avenger, and then she's like, yeah, okay. And then she kills a bunch of innocent people in Civil War, and she's like, oh my god, I'm the problem of everything. So we'll see. I know that her character has a lot to be worked with, because her character is incredibly fragile. And because of that, her mind is very, very malleable by an external force. That is why Agatha's going to be locking her in something like the 50s or something early on, because it seems like back in 50s sitcom TV stuff, emotions aren't really much of a complex thing, you know? It's just, is the character happy? Then they're happy. Are they sad? Then they're sad. Why are you sad? Be happy. You know, that type of stuff. But that concludes the MCU freak out time. Gosh damn. I'm excited. I'm excited. I can't wait. Oof. Oof. yeah, I think I'm gonna make a really, really big thing out of that. We'll see. We'll see. But thank you guys. Thank you guys for that. Thanks for indulging me. Let's get into some World at War now.